Okay, everybody. Okay. How you doing, everybody? This is Ultra Dark Slayer coming to you to my YouTube channel, and we have a lot to talk about. And this is, of course, is about the the Xbox Activision Blizzard against versus the FTC in court. Now, I try to gather a lot of information as much as possible that I can grab. Try to hear other YouTubers talk about this, and by watching their videos, and of course online, everything is the same. Nothing's been copied or anything. So, um, but yeah, about yesterday, uh, there were things that have been said. I'm only gonna tell about the important parts that were said about the first day. Of course, there were just like things that didn't make sense of what the FTC were saying. Of course, the judge was like, "Okay, keep going. I'm falling asleep here," and even though he didn't say it, so um, and of course, there was things that have been said about about what Jim Ryan said years back when when Activision was being purchased by Microsoft, when it was the biggest news that we all found out, and that Jim Ryan said, "Oh, I'm not gonna be worried that that Call of Duty will still be on PlayStation no matter what." It's like then what was the point of Jim Ryan going crazy, panicking, that say, "Oh, we must protect the gamers of this acquisition," and we all knew that Jim Ryan was crazy. He was crazy at the long run, and again, he doesn't care about about if Call of Duty leaves or Call of Duty stays on the PlayStation platform. So in reality, guys, he really doesn't care. So technically, he's been wasting everyone's time with that big lie. So for those of you who are PlayStation fans, know this, that this is on paper. This is everywhere, and again, they can't lie in court. So all this has been said is true. So it's time to wake up, PlayStation fans. It's time to wake up, because you're just you're just being covered by lies. So I think it's time to wake up. So also, let's go over other things that was said on day two. So, and I quote, "What I said more recently is that with the conservator who's buying uh, third third party exclusive to skip our platform, is that we felt necessary for us to secure ownership and to have more content, so we have more to input into the content on our platform in our subscription." Now this is something crazy. Okay, this is something I didn't know either. When Xbox purchased Bethesda and ZeniMax, that that PlayStation themselves, not only they have required Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo to become exclusive for a year on the PlayStation. PlayStation was about to do the same thing with Starfield, and and uh and yeah, they were about to do the same with Starfield, and um this is just typical Sony, again, trying to buy third party exclusive games like they did with Square Enix still, and And I think it was a smart move for Xbox to require Bethesda and ZeniMax so that way they could be entitled to have very popular exclusives. I mean, very popular games that would benefit within Microsoft. Now let's continue. And this is about, Starfield and how they that it almost became a PlayStation 5 exclusive. So let's continue. ZeniMax. It's a great example of that. Okay? When we acquired ZeniMax, one of the inputs for that was that Sony had done a deal for Deathloop and Ghostwire Tokyo has came up yesterday. Okay. To actively buy Bethesda to not ship those games on Xbox. So again, Sony was just being Sony, blocking certain games to not be on the Xbox platform. Let's continue on. So this is the discussion about Starfield when we heard that Starfield is potentially almost gone to the end to skipping Xbox. Okay? We cannot be in a position in third place console that we fall further behind in our content ownership. So that we had to secure the content in order to remain available, reliable business. So that is insane to me, guys. I mean, knowing that Sony was up to their antics again, even when they were about to do that same thing with Starfield. It is just ridiculous at my point because I think Sony is just a bad way to harm other companies like that. So let's continue on. What else it said? Okay, I'm reading this point by point, guys. So stay with me. All right, just stay with me. Okay. The FTC Minecraft argument was pretty strong. Okay, this is about Minecraft. This is what the FTC said. Minecraft has not optimized Minecraft. I mean, Microsoft has not optimized Minecraft to play on PlayStation 5, right? We have yet optimized Minecraft, the core game for PlayStation 5. Okay. Actually, instead of PlayStation 5, if a player wants to play Minecraft, they have to play the PlayStation 4 version, right? This is what the FTC is saying, alright? And what Microsoft's saying. Sony has recurred to send us a development kits for the PlayStation 5. At the same time, they have sent development kits to other platforms, to which our game is at a disadvantage to relate to other PlayStation games that were launching, which was put behind us in development of Minecraft PlayStation 5. Okay. So what that means, guys, they didn't really send anything to Microsoft to have developed a PlayStation 5 version of Minecraft, which is kind of dumb since Sony has made contracts to make sure Minecraft can stay on the PlayStation platform and to even get newer versions of that game. To me, it's just freaking stupid. Okay, I'm gonna continue on. What happened with that? When those development kits did show up, I don't have an exact date. That's what Microsoft said. Because the PlayStation 5 did launch on 2020 also, right? Yes. So it has been 3 years, right? The launch of the PlayStation and our content did not help the disadvantage by the platform holder by upholding development kicks from us, not from the competitive content creators, is not a pretty significant show of pretty it's sort of lack of support for us by any platform holder, which hurts our ability to compete. And this is another quote. And then with Minecraft, which I know you are aware, this is a very big product shipping in 20 plus platforms. We have to, I don't know what that word is, verify to our use of the resources of Minecraft to make sure um, that we are doing the best thing for Minecraft, for the Minecraft community. So they have been trying their best. I'm pretty sure they haven't developed a newer version for the PlayStation 5 because of Sony is being, again, Sony. And that's kind of just kind of sad. I mean, all these truths are coming out. Okay, let's move on. And this is about Elder Scrolls. Elder Scrolls 6. The Elder Scrolls 6 could come to the PlayStation, the next PlayStation, which is the PlayStation 6, okay? FTC. Elder Scrolls is a ZeniMax game, right? Phil Spencer. Now this is who they're talking to during day 2. Phil, it is not a ZeniMax game yet. It has many years away to be. It has many years away, but it is a game that where we have announced to begin working. FTC. The public announcement also says that there will be plans not to launch that game on the PlayStation 5, right? Phil Spencer. I think we have been a little unclear on what platforms it's launched at a given how far out this game is. And again, FTC pressed the question. Phil Spencer answers back. As I said, with Elder Scrolls 6, it is far out and it's hard to understand what the platforms will be. At this point, it's the same team that is finishing Starfield, which comes out in December. I mean, it is all clear to me, guys. I think that Elder Scrolls 6 is going to be an Xbox exclusive. I mean, the way they're trying to, what the FTC is trying to do is trying to make Phil Spencer crack or something, because Phil Spencer has been doing a good job so far, and I just don't understand why they're pushing so much on this. It's like they're making Microsoft the bad guy and all this. Okay, now this is something that we all know. Okay, and it's already been confirmed. It's already out there. So let's read it. Let me read about this to you guys. Okay, Indiana Jones is specifically. It's about Spider-Man. I have no idea why is that written that way. So my request for the team was to go back and open up a discussion with Disney. First about ensure that we could ship on our Game Pass, and then discuss about what platforms would be. Sony's biggest exclusive game since Spider-Man. Also, Disney owned the IP that doesn't ship on Xbox. And to competing effectively with them, I think it's important that we have an outside gaming known IP that is part of our portfolio. So again, guys, let me put this down for a bit. Again, guys, Spider-Man is a very big franchise. It always has been. The comics, the cartoons, the toys, the the games. I mean, I remember that Spider-Man, the Andrew Garfield Spider-Man movies were turned into video games, and those video games were developed by Activision. If you guys remember that, and those were great games. Well, I think the first two were a lot better than the third one, and of course later down the line, Sony have acquired Spider-Man as the IP, and they can do whatever they want with Spider-Man. They always have been doing whatever they want with Spider-Man, as long as Disney is involved, even though Spider-Man is still part of the Marvel Universe in the end, because Spider-Man, to me, is Marvel. That's what it is, and to me it seems kind of ridiculous that, oh, why is Indiana Jones not coming to the PlayStation console? Well, because we have acquired Bethesda and Cinemax, and we made deals with Disney that we want Indiana Jones to be just an exclusive title. And of course, Disney said, sure, go ahead. Sorry, my inner Mickey came out. It is just ridiculous. It is just ridiculous, alright? So let's continue on. And oh boy, this is about Call of Duty, and we have been hearing it so much that Phil Spencer said everywhere that Call of Duty is not going to be pulled out at all from PlayStation. And this is what he had to say this within court, okay? To testify under oath that he will bring Call of Duty to PlayStation. Let's go ahead. Now the judge and Phil Spencer are talking with each other right now in court. You're testifying under oath that you will make future versions of Call of Duty to available for the PlayStation 5. Will you invest with the developer? Sony has let you to do that, but you're testifying under oath that you will do that? Okay, this is what Phil Spencer said. Absolutely, I will do it. I would raise my hand. I will do whatever it takes. That we have no plans to pull Call of Duty at all. And this is the judge putting aside a plan. This is Phil Spencer. I am making a committed standing here that we will not pull Call of Duty. It is my testimony from Sony. And as you said, Sony probably has allowed us to ship the game on our platform. But appeals, I can't say that word. I'm sorry, guys. Of any of that, my commitment is, and my testimony is, that we will continue to ship future versions of Call of Duty on the PlayStation 5. And then a little later, I have publicly submitted, as the deal was allowed, where I said we are committed to continue to ship Call of Duty, not only the PlayStation 5, but future PlayStation versions. Meaning future versions of different PlayStations. Okay. I'm guessing that there will be future PlayStations that we will want to continue and publicly Sony, I can't say that word, sorry, that they believe our commitment, or my commitment, that we will continue to ship Call of Duty on PlayStation. He said it so many times, ladies and gentlemen, so many times, that is what else can he say? He has been saying it since the very beginning of trying to purchase Activision Blizzard. Let's continue on. Activision games will make cross-play, cross-form platforms. And again, this man keeps repeating it, and I applaud for himself to stand up, to keep saying it and saying it and saying it again to make sure it gets recorded. Phil Spencer letter again on Call of Duty. Just specifically, you asked me the question right before lunch, and I just want to be clear. Yes, I understand the testimony. Call of Duty will remain on the PlayStation 5 and future versions. As I said, of PlayStation, I can imagine maybe somebody thinks that there will some kind of game that I am playing on which version of the console that I'm going to be committed to. Our goal is to continue to make Call of Duty a great game for the PlayStation 5 and future PlayStations. He has been saying this. Again, guys, he has been saying this for a very, very, very long time. And my God, this man is very tired, frustrated, and I can already tell that this man has been saying it so many times, no matter where he goes. But again, here comes the FTC asking about Call of Duty again. My God, here we go. The FTC again asked about Call of Duty. My goal is that we would ship Call of Duty of all versions of PlayStation. I don't own the future versions of PlayStation, nor can I even declare that there will be future versions of PlayStation. So, I just want to understand exactly the question that you're asking. Okay, they're very being pushy. This is what the FTC said. Can you swear under oath that you can promise that you will ship Call of Duty on PlayStation of all future titles, whatever they might be, 10 years without knowing that the terms that are the parties that are going to agree to? And right then and there, guys, right then and there, the judge cut them off. They're like, hey, enough, we get it. You just heard the man that he will put Call of Duty on the PlayStation. But this is what the judge said. No, that's not true. It's not going to be for $0. This is what the judge said. The judge said. Exactly. Okay. Well, no, that it was misunderstood. That's what the judge said. And this is an ongoing thing between the FTC and Phil Spencer. FTC asked about the 10-year Call of Duty contract with PlayStation. This is what Phil Spencer said. Sony is asking for the significant commitments beyond the standing shippings of the game on the platform that was caused. As you said, the deal to go back and forth, even though we know how to ship games at the polarity of PlayStation to which we do on a regular basis. This is what the FTC said. But what makes the same promise that repeats all the Activision content? This is Phil Spencer. As I asked specifically about Call of Duty, Activision ships games on mobile on many different platforms. They have some only on PC, like World of Warcraft, and I don't think there's a blank testament you can make for Activision Blizzard being on PlayStation. Okay, this is what the FTC said about this. Next one. What about Diablo? Can you promise you'll ship? Can I promise? I am able to promise, yes. And here comes the FTC again. So you're able to blank Microsoft today? Are you able to blank the the corporation here today, blank, and then again the judge interferes. Okay, let's move along. So technically, the FTC was just stalling for whatever reason, which is kind of ridiculous. Give me one moment, guys. Okay, this is what was the next thing that's been going on lately. Okay, and we're still going. Was Xbox in a bigger trouble than we thought? This is what he said. Every time we sit down with Microsoft board or the senior leadership team, we, while they might uh, accept our strategy on console, PC, it was pretty clear that if we did not have a strategy that would find success on mobile, our revel in the market was going to continue to sink. If you're on the two platforms that are not growing, and there's a third platform called mobile phones that's solely source short of growth, that you're going to be less and less whenever in this platform. So we looked to acquire as I mean so we looked at the acquisition as a strategy. Is there some truth to this rumor of them selling the Xbox brand? This is what he said. Later he goes on saying that the gaming business inside of Microsoft actually runs of a standalone profit and loss business inside of Microsoft. It's one of the fewer sorry everyone, I think my microphone got cut off. All right. Where was I? It is one of the fewer Microsoft CSS aids as we used before, or business that runs that way. And we have committed to the company and the board to run a profitable and growing business to where we are effectively a standalone business inside of Microsoft. Phil Spencer later commented that they are not making their goals today. And this is just some wild stuff, guys. It's just some wild stuff, and I hope that you can bear with me on this, guys. So, all right, now let's talk about the $70 billion about this. All right, Activision is worth more than $70 billion. Now, this is something that the FTC does not understand. So to try the characteristics of the $70 billion has somehow spent incorrect financially. It's really moving $70 billion in cash to an assessment, which as a game publisher that is to us to actually worth more than $70 billion it is not spent. FTC. So the number about the value of in the board deck, right? I have no idea why I said that. The number is bigger than $70 billion, right? Phil Spencer. The number is the value of to Microsoft, not to where we're spending it on the market. FTC. Quite larger than $70, right? Phil Spencer. Yes. As a company, we are going to put that much capital, $70 billion, into the market. The company is going to look into more making money. The money is spent. So that there's no reason to look at the transaction if the I can't really see that. Give me a minute. If the value to Microsoft was equal or less than we spent. So technically it's kind of like buying a house or putting in something in, just like how you do in stocks, guys. Because you want to, once you put that money in, it'll start growing and it becomes more than that. And that's kind of an ingenious way for them to actually do, everyone. And now, this is going to be like the last thing for me to read. I'm pretty sure. The FTC got shut down by the judge again. And this is what they said. Just to go back onto the commitment not to try anyone's patience or anything. Phil Spencer, you asked me about PlayStation? FTC, can you make those same commitments to under oath to respect to the cloud? Here comes the judge. What cloud? Sony cloud. Though, will you ship? And then right then and there, the judge cut them off. Judge, I don't think that's it. I'm going to cut off the question here. Boom. The judge just cut them off from that question. That was awesome. Here comes some more ridiculous things. The FTC looked really silly a few times, which is true. Microsoft is going to grow, particularly in a business like the console. It can grow in by taking share its competitors. This is what Phil Spencer said. There's no growth. There's no console growth in our deal model, which is true. I understand. This is what the FTC said. I understand. But do you have any intellection of the idea to helping you climb out of that third spot? This is what Phil Spencer said. Console? In console? We do not. FTC. Okay. So that's just a write-off? Phil Spencer. I don't understand how it's a write-off. I mean, this is technically what he has been saying since the very beginning, and even when he said during that one podcast that happened a couple weeks ago, and it's true. They're not competing in the console wars anymore. They're going to a different platform that Xbox is trying to do. So I think Xbox and Microsoft are going to be fine once they do acquire Activision Blizzard and push that cloud platform we know that they're going to do it, but they want to push into mobile gaming a lot more too. So that way they'll be at a different level with Sony. Sony can stay on the first place top because unfortunately, guys, Xbox is kind of done doing the console wars thing. They're just trying to do other things, but Xbox still be Xbox. We'll still have a box to come back to. We'll still have Game Pass to go on, and a lot more in the future. So this is just something that I wanna address you guys if you guys haven't been following, and I hope you enjoy it. And excuse for my microphone to be cut off like that. I'm gonna have to do a little editing on this video. So without further ado, guys, this is Ultra Dark Slayer. Have a good day. Have a good night wherever you're in the world. Stay safe out there. Oh, and stay tuned for Monday because I have a special video that I'm going to share with you guys. And I think you're going to like it. All right, guys. Peace.